Hello, everybody. Thanks, Chairman. So we have already heard, different opinions about China and the Finland cooperation. Particularly, we get the message from the both ministry representatives. I think we can somehow summarize at least, what I have learned, which is also in line with my thinking, is our challenges or the common topic we are fighting in the field is how to develop effective cooperation with China for Finland, a country which is less known by Chinese in general, where the resource is small relatively, and also there is a very strong individualist culture. So this is some challenges or the common, issues, we are dealing with in our everyday life in the China cooperation. So in my speech, even though, I have, quite a promising, topic, but actually this is a very initial stage. We raise some ideas for discussion because we really want, find a solution somehow to enrich the mutual understanding between the two sides, especially to promote Finland image as a whole to China. And we try to, create coordinating more, effective coordination mechanisms in Finland among all the education institutions, and also how to optimize our resource, because our resource is low in the areas of cooperating with thousands of higher education institutions and the countless of secondary and primary schools in China. Here, it's a very short, presentation about the ideas. I think CEREC has a long story. I hope, you have the time, to visit our website. So we already have developed, some basic information. But here, my focus is on a new model for education cooperation with China. It's mainly based on our newly discussion with the FERC. It's a Finnish Education Research Center, which was established last October in Beijing Normal University. Okay, so I will organize my speech, in two parts. I will first introduce you what is the network, the new network based on the CEREC and the FERC's initiative. And then I will come to the second topic, how the network can possibly help us to solve some current challenges. So the network is basically based on the CEREC and the FERC's current work, which are the two important funding blocks. But that's not all about the framework, about the new platform or network. So we try to build an open bridge. So we try to build a network so that everybody who is interested in the field can join us, so we can work together. So by utilizing others, strengths and advantages. And then we need to organize the network. So we are hoping that the network is open, but is organized, for example, by a governing or advisory board. So some representatives of the key actors in the field can also play such a role in joining the board. And also we hope that we can have a more organized executive body so they can operate the daily operation. And also based on the platform, it's also supposed that there are many working groups, some organizations who have the common interest, so they can join together to develop some small projects. Then, in general, the platform will offer all the services free for all the educational institutions in the whole country. For example, we will provide, the basic information and for everybody to understand, the Chinese situation, policy development, helping you to understand the culture. So everything will be public and free. But our idea is that, in order to strengthen the network, we also need to have the funding. So we hope, we can also get, funding support from the government, from the different sponsorship, and also we try to apply different, project funding from existing funding resources from EU, from Academy Finland, and also other foundations. But this must be organized. So we try to optimize our resources. We do not have ready investment right now for China cooperation, but there are already some existing funding schemes. So why not we try to start by utilizing the current one? So these are the very basic ideas about the network. And also, we have the ambition to extend the Sino or the Sino Education Cooperation Network in the future to Nordic Sino Education Cooperation. So we can also include, the services for other Nordic countries, because Sweden, Denmark, Norway, they are facing similar challenges, and we also have some cooperation with the counterpart, in these countries. We feel that we are more advanced than them. So I think in the future, it's also the wish of the Beijing Normal University, we can include other Nordic countries into the network. Okay, and here I think I do not need to talk too much. Sebo has already, used the slides, in his speech. I won't go into details, as I have mentioned in the morning. So basically, the key challenges is that we have very little resources, and we do not have effective cooperation among us. So the most essential problem we see is that we are lacking of cooperation and coordination among Finnish actors in the field, or there is lacking of national coordination. So this is a key challenge. So many other challenges are because of this. For example, we can see, I just use not the table, but anyway, you can see on the left side, you can see the problems caused by the ineffective cooperation, because everybody try to establish something from scratch towards China. So they try to develop basic understandings about the Chinese culture, Chinese education system by themselves. So this is a very ineffective way of doing things, and there's a lot of repetition to doing very basic things. Actually, this information are already there, but we just haven't found a way how to share the information. And so this can be solved, by the, is there a pointer somehow? Yes. For example, the network based on the research of CEREC and FERC in Beijing Normal University, so we can easily provide the information. So every single institutions do not need to develop the skills and the capacity, so they can get information and support from the network. And there is also, we are facing the challenges of how to do marketing in China. So if one university or school go to China, it's very difficult for them to understand the nature of the Chinese market, to develop the marketing strategies. Even though they have the right strategies, they cannot afford to pay the cost for advertisement, for marketing. It's very expensive to do marketing in China. So if we are promoting hundreds of programs, we need hundreds of marketing strategies, different investment. We cannot simply afford. So our solution is we promote one Finnish brand so that everybody get a benefit from that. Third, we are lacking network building and information sharing. For example, even CEREC, we feel that we are more active in the field. We somehow knows better who is doing what with China. But even for CEREC, in several occasions, we come to the same university and happily to see other Finnish actors are there. So I think this is the situation we need to really stop it as soon as possible, and we can easily resolve these challenges by building up, the good information sharing and the network building because it's not also not efficient. If everybody come to China, with blind eyes, just to try to pick up somebody they know through their student or whatever, people they found, and will make their work, the process of cooperation more efficient if, in the first place, they found the most important partners. I think with the help of CEREC and FERC BNU, we can also help other institutions to build up the connection to the Chinese network as soon as possible. And also very importantly, we get the support. I think the network somehow is more visible, and we got support not only from the Finnish side, Finnish authorities, but also the Chinese, Ministry of Education and the embassy, for example. We need to more and more, utilize the expertise of, for example, Mr. Deng, in the education section of the embassy, because they knows who is the best partner in China, how we can, proceed our cooperation with China. But I see, at least this channel hasn't been fully utilized. And also, there's a slow learning process. Even though we feel that we are more experienced, we have been in the field for a few years, we are learning all the time. So we are learning through the actions, through the practices. So if we are still doing things individually, we are just having the private learning. But now we need to switch the model from private learning to public learning. So we should share the experience together. So we need not only through the trial and error process by yourself, but we learn from each other. So we quickly develop our knowledge. So this is something we are doing right now, for example, in the afternoon session, to share the experience. So this can be done also by the network. So there are some examples showing what we can help, but there are two more concrete ones. The first one is how the network can really help building up the synergy and the coordination through the quality assurance development. So I will later on tell you what is about this is Finnish education. And then the second example is how to develop the capacity through training local experts. For example, this is Finnish education, so this is for example, one common brand, we try to promote to China. And we have nowadays, we have many, training programs going on for Chinese learners. Some are in Finnish, conducted by Finnish educational institutions, and some are conducted just by, private and companies. But we are more or less in the situation we operate this, individually. So what we see that we do need a quality assurance system. Because China, even though they are experiencing, for example, they are experiencing different kind of training program from Finland, but they will see that, everything is about Finnish education, and if some training programs, for example, went not in a satisfied direction by the Chinese learners, so somehow we are in the danger of ruining our reputation, not only for one concrete program, but for the reputation of the whole country. So we do need to guarantee that whatever we provide to the Chinese, it must be relevant and high quality. But so far, we haven't developed the quality assurance system. So this is a project we are striving for, to get funding and to really take it seriously, together with the Chinese and Finnish partners, including Beijing Normal University. So the basic idea is that we will do in Finland, we will train the Finnish education provider. So I think we also are in several trainings. It's not always the case that we bring best professors to the classroom, and then we can offer the satisfied, learning outcome to the Chinese. So we have to see what are the differences between the Chinese and Finnish system, what are the different learning traditions and habits of both sides. So the trainers also need to be trained. So this is our idea. We need to, maybe not necessary to say training the trainers, but we need to help them to develop their capacity, to help them to understand better the Chinese learners. So we will help them, help all the education trainers who are interested. And then we will promote the one brand, because for all the education providers in Finland, as long as they have somehow get the support, from the network, already enrich their understanding, develop their capacity, so they will be qualified as one of the program, and this is the Finnish education training. So we can list all this program in one website, and then we can easily promote this one brand to China, and hopefully, Beijing Normal University FERC can help us. Also, we think that we already got the support from embassy. So if the Chinese authorities recognize this brand and accept the idea, then it's easier for the Chinese. So they have one-stop shopping. So they are sending their delegations, professionals with a state budget. So they want, really fund the high-quality one, so that they can better utilize the governmental budget. So I think it's also a favor for the Chinese, learners and authority. But it's more important for Finnish actors. We do not need to do marketing. It's very cheap for us to do marketing then. So instead of hunting for customers, we just wait. So we have then the next scenario is we are thinking about our capacity and the resources, how we can afford to train so many visitors. So this is our solution. And then the next one, I want to put it shortly, basically, the challenge is that we do not have many expertise in Finland who knows Chinese education, who knows how to develop, the partnership and how to build the trust, how to deal with the different cultures. And we can also help this by training more and more Finnish Chinese education experts. So this is something we can do because we are academic unit. We are training anyway, the student and the researchers. So we can, in cooperation with other partners, we not only having seminars, having workshops, we can also develop more, systematic, project for research. We develop the capacity through doing research, but more importantly, we need to integrate this into our formal master and doctor degree education. So these are some ideas, we are trying to illustrate. So finally, I would like to, transfer the floor, to BNU side. Unfortunately, Professor Liu Baocun, the director of Finnish Education Research Center, is not available here. There are some important event in BNU. He has to cancel the trip, but he promised to give his speech through Skype. Now he's waiting. And now I just want to say, we are more confident in our future because we have a very strong partner from Beijing Normal University. Thank you very much. Thank you.